So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Saturday of the Henley Women's Regatta. That was race 184 on the course there, the last of the quarterfinals of the senior double sculls. And next on the course, we've got race 185, which is the first of four in the junior 16 quadruple sculls. And on the course, we've got Headington School on the Berkshire station, and a composite between Cambridge 99, Isle of Ely, and a King's Ely School composite, so a Cambridge-based crew there. And it's the composite on the left-hand side of your picture, and Headington School in their distinctive light blue kit on the right-hand side of your picture. And as you can see, the umpire is warning, I think it's Headington, to move across back onto their station, but at this stage it's the composite crew from Cambridge, Isle of Ely and King's Ely who have, well, already established quite a lead as they move down the course.
Looking up at the towards Temple Island from our position, you can see quite clearly how far Headington are technically over in the composites waters, and it's not going to help them anything being in that position, because they're obviously getting they're sent down the puddles from the composite crew, and in the washy water it makes it a little bit more unsettling for them to get into a rhythm. And at that key point of the start, where you're transitioning off the start sequence into the into that settle period, you know, the quad sculls are a very quick boat, and it's it would be unsettling. And coming up towards us now is the composite crew, and they're looking pretty together, and they're looking at about 2.5 lengths lead at the moment over Headington School.
Well, you can hear the cheers going up along the bank for Headington School, but I think to little avail at this stage. That composite crew, I have to say, for 16-year-olds, they are powerful girls. And as they move down the course, sculling exceptionally well, I don't think they are going to be unseated by the mighty blue of Headington School. Certainly moving across earlier in the race had little effect on the power and panache of the composite crew from Cambridge. And I think, Helen, it would be fair to say that we should be watching out for this crew number 224, Cambridge 99, Isle of Ely, King's Ely, as the competition progresses.
Oh, most certainly. It's you never see a composite crew coming here and not being as sort of in the frame for the latter rounds. So certainly seeing them here now. Although they're getting quite close to the booms there, and hopefully that their steersman is actually going to be just adjusting, just to make sure that they're in between the gaps of the course layout, that they're just continuing to just keep away safely enough to put them into the next round.
You do always wonder, don't you, when crews veer towards the booms, you sort of think, is that them toying, is that skill on their part, or is that actually you're thinking, oh dear, they're actually going to crash?
I'm always as a coxswain, it's always a nerve-wracking sight. I
Panic
feel that
stations.
this I mean, you can see where with a very good cox that when they're right up against the line and they're consistently up against the line, it's a great sight and a great sound, because you get a little bit of a sort of kickback from the splash. And you know, for me as a cox is quite, you know, it elevates the adrenaline for in these kind of races. And in the quadruple sculls, it's a quick boat, as we were mentioning before. You know, at the upper levels of racing, it's certainly an exciting boat to watch.
Absolutely, and I think that race was a bit of a foregone conclusion, so we'll move back towards the start for race 186, which has just left the state boats between Maidenhead Rowing Club A on the Berkshire station and Wallingford Rowing Club on the Buckinghamshire station. The umpire called into action nice and early here. Maidenhead not exactly behaving themselves, again moving across. We've had a few crews on the Berkshire station today who have I think, stretched the limit of the word station. They have moved across, but it doesn't seem to have had too much effect on Wallingford on the right-hand side of your screen, and the crews look pretty even as they come out of the shadows of Temple Island.
Yeah, no, you can see looking up at the towards the island from our position, it's very close, and it's keeping the as you were mentioning before, that the umpire is being kept busy, and I think, you know, they're earning their stripes, the umpires this afternoon, and with the steering off of these coxers boats. And now it'll be who settles into that stronger rhythm, and it looks like we're seeing from that overhead shot.
Maidenhead definitely,
Yeah.
almost a length up, aren't they? And I think that early steering didn't seem to have too much effect on their speed, because obviously, as Helen will doubtless tell you, every touch on the rudder, every little movement on those steering mechanisms is like a brake on the boat. And as a coxswain or even as a steersperson, with a footplate in the boat. You don't want to be even really negotiating with the rudder at all because it does put a brake on the boat, but hasn't affected Maidenhead, has it?
No, not at all. It's obviously Maidenhead. You know, historically have got a very good sculling junior program. A little bit further up the further up river, but also Wallingford have been developing their juniors and really sort of putting a lot of focus back in developing their junior program, bring through to the senior levels. So it's a great match up to see, and there's quite a bit of support on the bank for Maidenhead, as both crews are pretty local to this area, so you know, it's only a lock here or there away. So
certainly Maidenhead have put a lot of work into their junior squad. They've got a particularly promising boys squad at the moment. I think they had 2 junior boys quads in the top 5 at the school's head of the river, which is a remarkable achievement for any club or school. And I remember they had a particularly strong Forley quad. I think it was in 2013, which made the semi-finals. So plenty of pedigree. Their girls haven't always traditionally been that strong, but obviously this crew are looking absolutely excellent, it has to be said. They've got 2 or 3 lengths of clear water now. As they move down and start to come into the enclosures, you'll begin to hear the shouts and support as an athlete of the assembled people on the bank. And as Helen rightly pointed out, they are both reasonably local, so should have plenty of home support.
well, the winner of this matchup will be up against the next race, whoever is the winner of that one, between Tideway Scullers School and Henley Rowing Club A. So it'd be interesting to see how that develops tomorrow morning.
Yeah, just looking ahead to what we've got coming up this afternoon. So this is the Junior 16 quadruple sculls. We've got some senior quads, some club 8s, quite a lot of junior events still to come. The Junior 16 coxed 4s, the doubles, the singles and the coxed 4s, so that's under 18 crews. So plenty of junior crews in action. So if you are tuning in, welcome. It's nice to have you with us on a gorgeous afternoon here at Henley Regatta. It is about 28 degrees too hot for me.
Especially in this box.
In this little confined space, it is getting rather warm. But we're here, we're going to slave away blood, sweat and tears, just like the athletes, to try and provide you with extensive and comprehensive coverage of all the racing here at the Saturday of the Henley Women's Regatta. But just watching the images here, you have to be impressed with that Maidenhead crew, and maybe we can have a look at their opposition in later rounds here, because race 187 has just got underway. It's the